Moms have too many decisions. Simple as that. Seriously, the decisions we face on a daily basis are absolutely endless. Our mental load is real. We have talked about that. There is so much going on and changing with our kids. There are constant needs to address when running a household. And if your kid is old enough to talk, there are never-ending questions coming rapid fire in your direction constantly. We have all heard of decision fatigue. Why are we not talking about this more through the lens of motherhood? Hey, I'm Cassie, mom to 3 kids. I love child development, and I am a certified life coach helping mamas through the trickiest parts of motherhood so that they can create the life they want. It is not sustainable to continue being faced with so many decisions every single day if we want to have anything left in the tank for ourselves or just anything other than kids and house stuff. The goal I have for you is to free up more mental energy for you to be able to make some fun and impactful decisions for your life. We want to quit wasting energy on things like, are we going to do the dishes first or laundry first? How long should we let the baby sleep? Should I let them have screen time now or later? How many treats should I say yes to today? Instead, let's put some energy into things like, what hobby would I like to pick up? What outfit will make me feel really good today? Which piece of furniture should I buy for this room that's needing it? Where would I love to spend my night off tonight? Get a night off. My last video, I will link it. What trip would be fun for my husband and I to look forward to? Those are some fun things to think about. There are fun things to think about in life. Too often, we as moms get so bogged down with everything on our plates that we put ourselves and those personal decisions on the back burner, perhaps until our kids are out of the house, right? We allow ourselves to get swallowed up by our day each day, and then it's the same old. We have nothing left in the tank at the end of the day. Instead of this reactive way of living, we are going to intentionally remove some of the daily decision-making needs that are just draining us, and we're going to decide on purpose to make sure that there's enough left in the tank for the things that we want to spend time and energy thinking about. First thing, get a system for parenting. Check out my video, How to Get a Kid to Listen and Behave. It's a pretty simple explanation of how I approach parenting that's worked really well for me. If we make some foundational parenting decisions ahead of time, it makes our lives so much easier. If you're starting from scratch, go ahead and just think about some of the most frequent pain points with your kids. What are they constantly asking you for? What are you constantly wondering if you're doing the right thing? Maybe it's screens, maybe it's treats, maybe it's the kids fighting, bedtime. Just sit down alone one evening, or awesome if your spouse will join you, and use some real thinking power about how you want to approach these topics. Decide once, and then you don't have to decide again anytime soon, right? Deciding that one time will free up a lot of brain space on the daily or on the hourly, right? Whenever these things are coming up. It's not going to be set in stone. It's just going to be decided on for right now. Say 1 week even. I cannot stress this enough. It makes life so much easier as a parent if you already know exactly what you're going to do when the time comes or when that routine happens, or whatever your answer is going to be when that question pops up, right? It wears us down when we have to make that decision on the fly or over and over again. Oftentimes, it's not going to be our best decision, right? So create some systems that can streamline your parenting. Next, get a system for the housework. Did you know that you can have decisions made ahead of time so that you never have to think about laundry ever again? You never have to wonder when the last time this toilet was cleaned. You won't have to debate on if the sheets can go 1 more week before washing, right? There's nothing wrong with not wanting a system for these things. If that is working for you, awesome. But if you're drained, if you're drowning, if you don't have the brain power that you want for the things that matter to you, it may be time to consider trying to have a system. I will link my video on the mental load. We kind of tackled to-do lists and I showed you how I do that for me. All we really need to do is just decide once, just like the parenting, decide once about these tasks and then follow through. Remember, you earn trust with yourself when you do what you say you're going to do. Goes with the parenting, goes for the housework. Trust that when you make a decision, you won't need to decide again. That decision is checked off the list. You're probably thinking that following through is the hard part, right? Sometimes we don't want to do it. We don't feel like doing it. But mamas, following through does not take near the amount of mental energy as worrying about it all day, every day. Third suggestion is to focus on the present. A lot of us moms tend to worry and wonder about things in the future. We're trying to make a decision about where our 1-year-old is going to go to preschool. We're deciding if we will sign our child up for soccer next spring. We are putting pressure on ourselves to decide if we want to push college or not when that time comes, right? We are clearly not sure how things are going to go, and yet we try so hard to figure it out right now. You're trying to decide if you want to have another baby, perhaps, or maybe you're wondering if you'll be in this current house forever. You're trying to predict which school will be the best fit for your kid in 2 years from now. Ladies, we do not have to take on the world right now. We do not need to solve the puzzle of what the next 10 years looks like, or even 1 year for that matter. Again, is there anything wrong with looking ahead? No. Do I think there's value in that? As a natural planner, yes. What I'm saying is that if you feel overwhelmed, if the decision fatigue is real for you, if you feel absolutely bogged down by life, you might consider making a change, right? Take it off the plate. Focus on the present moment and the decisions that actually are demanding your attention right now. And I will say, we can justify just about anything to ourselves. Well, I need to decide now because registration for this thing closes next month, and if he doesn't get in there, then he'll never get into there next year, and it can snowball, right? But sometimes the right answer is, it's a no for today. Just take it off your plate for today and revisit it tomorrow. Tied to that, staying in the present moment, the last one is to notice your spinning. Have you heard that phrase, spinning? Like when your mind is spinning? We talked about when moms don't know. I'll link that video. Even though I love to be decisive and I love to take action right away, I am constantly needing to work on patience, especially decisions requiring other people. There are totally going to be times when we are not sure what to do or don't have the ability to really make a decision right now. Because indecision is incredibly hard for me, I find myself spinning in the indecision, going around in circles, feeling confused, playing out all the different scenarios, and just trying to figure it out. I feel out of control and anxious, and I waste so much time and energy wondering, going back and forth. I spend too many conversations talking about the same thing without making any progress. Do you know what I'm talking about? Please tell me in the comments if you do this. All I can say is notice that you're doing it and make a conscious choice to stop. As I mentioned, it's a no for today, or I don't need to know today. Either of those things can be really helpful to stop the spinning. I have found that word today helps my brain stop spinning and wasting valuable energy trying to figure something out that can't be figured out or doesn't need to be figured out right now. Sometimes we need to remind ourselves that decisions are not necessarily a requirement to progress in life, right? Pick something that feels a little more in your control. Focus on things that actually are demanding decisions from you today, and the rest will come in time. Thanks for being here. If this resonates with you and you want some one-on-one help with the challenges that you're facing right now, book a free call with me. I will drop the link in the description. I would love to help you tackle something that's feeling a little bit tricky right now in motherhood and help you kind of start dreaming up how you could create the life that you want. I will see you soon.